Picture this. Your 72-year-old grandmother, who used to be the life of every family gathering, now sits quietly in the corner. She's forgotten names, struggles with simple tasks, and seems like a completely different person. When you express concern, everyone around you says the same thing. Don't worry, it's just old age. This is normal. But what if I told you that this phrase, "it's just old age," is not just wrong, but potentially deadly? What if I told you that this single belief is destroying the mental health of millions of seniors worldwide and robbing families of precious years with their loved ones? Today, I'm going to expose the most dangerous lie about senior mental health. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this myth is literally killing our elderly and what you can do to save the seniors in your life. Before we dive into this life-changing information, if you care about the mental health of your aging parents, grandparents, or even your future self, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This channel is dedicated to breaking down the myths that hurt our most vulnerable populations, and I promise you, what you're about to learn will change how you view aging forever. Also, if this video resonates with you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me reach more people who need to hear this truth. Now, let's get into why "it's just old age" is the most dangerous phrase in senior care. Let me start with some numbers that will shock you. According to the World Health Organization, depression affects over 280 million people worldwide, with seniors being one of the most affected groups. But here's the kicker. Up to 85% of depression cases in seniors go undiagnosed and untreated. Why? Because symptoms like fatigue, memory problems, social withdrawal, and changes in appetite are dismissed as normal aging. The National Institute of Mental Health reports that suicide rates among people 65 and older are 50% higher than the general population, yet we continue to brush off their struggles as inevitable consequences of getting older. But aging doesn't have to mean suffering. Mental decline is not a normal part of aging. Let me repeat that. Mental decline is not a normal part of aging. This belief is not just wrong, it's dangerous, and it's time we called it what it is, a lie that's costing lives. Let me tell you about Mary, a 78-year-old woman whose family I worked with last year. For months, Mary had been experiencing what her family called senior moments, forgetting conversations, losing interest in her hobbies, sleeping more than usual, and becoming increasingly isolated. Her daughter brought her to multiple doctors, but each one dismissed her concerns with variations of "she's getting older" or "this is normal for her age." Mary's family eventually accepted that this was just how things would be now. But Mary's daughter refused to give up. She found a geriatric psychiatrist who actually listened. Within 2 weeks, Mary was diagnosed with late-onset depression, complicated by a vitamin D deficiency and mild cognitive impairment, all treatable conditions. 6 months later, Mary was back to hosting family dinners, had rejoined her book club, and was volunteering at the local library. Her normal aging was actually a combination of treatable medical conditions that had been overlooked because of the dangerous assumption that mental decline is inevitable. Mary's story isn't unique. It's happening in families across the globe, and most of them never get the happy ending Mary did. So why do we believe this lie? The answer lies in decades of misunderstood research and cultural attitudes toward aging. For years, we've confused correlation with causation. Yes, certain mental health conditions become more common with age, but that doesn't mean age causes them. Think of it this way. More people wear glasses as they get older, but we don't say, "blurry vision is just old age." We get them corrected. The same logic should apply to mental health. Modern neuroscience has shown us that the healthy aging brain maintains plasticity, the ability to form new neural connections throughout life. Studies from Harvard Medical School demonstrate that seniors can learn new skills, form new memories, and maintain cognitive function well into their 90s and beyond. The real culprits behind what we call normal aging are often treatable conditions: depression, anxiety, medication side effects, nutritional deficiencies, sleep disorders, social isolation, and undiagnosed medical conditions. These are not inevitable parts of aging. They are addressable health issues that we've been ignoring. The consequences of this lie are devastating. When we accept mental decline as normal, we stop looking for solutions.
We stop advocating for our loved ones. We stop believing that improvement is possible. This resignation leads to what researchers call excess disability, functional limitations that go beyond what the person's actual conditions would cause. In other words, when we expect seniors to decline, they often decline faster and further than they naturally would. The psychological impact is equally damaging. Imagine being told that your struggles, your pain, your confusion are all just normal, and there's nothing to be done. This message strips away hope and dignity, leading to increased depression, anxiety, and social withdrawal. Studies show that seniors who believe negative stereotypes about aging actually experience faster cognitive decline and have shorter lifespans. The lie about normal aging becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But here's what gives me hope, and what should give you hope too. When we change our approach, we change outcomes dramatically. If you have seniors in your life, here's what you need to know. First, trust your instincts. If a loved one seems different, don't accept it's just old age as an answer. Changes in personality, mood, memory, or behavior deserve investigation, not dismissal. Second, find healthcare providers who specialize in geriatric care. Not all doctors are trained in the complexities of aging, and many still harbor the same misconceptions about normal aging that we're discussing today. Third, address the basics: nutrition, sleep, social connection, and physical activity. These 4 pillars of health become even more crucial as we age, and deficiencies in any of them can mimic or exacerbate mental health conditions. Fourth, mental health care for seniors is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Therapy, counseling, and psychiatric care can be just as effective for seniors as for younger adults, sometimes even more so, because seniors bring wisdom and life experience to their healing journey. Finally, change your language and expectations. Instead of asking, "What can we expect at this age?" ask, "What can we do to improve this situation?" This shift in mindset opens doors to possibilities that resignation closes. Let me share some incredible success stories. I know an 85-year-old man who started painting for the first time in his life and now has his artwork displayed in galleries. I know a 92-year-old woman who learned to use a smartphone and now video calls for great-grandchildren daily. I know couples in their 80s who have worked through decades-old relationship issues and report feeling more connected than ever. These aren't exceptions. They're what's possible when we stop limiting seniors with our expectations and start supporting them with proper care and resources. The research backs this up. Studies show that seniors who receive appropriate mental health care experience improvements in quality of life, cognitive function, and overall health outcomes. Communities with robust senior mental health programs report lower suicide rates, decreased emergency room visits, and higher life satisfaction among their elderly residents. Here's what I want you to do. After watching this video, if you have seniors in your life, have a conversation with them about their mental health. Ask them how they're feeling, not just physically, but emotionally. Listen to their concerns without immediately attributing them to age. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. The lie about normal aging persists because we keep repeating it. But we can change that narrative, one conversation at a time. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content that challenges harmful myths about health and aging. Your engagement helps me reach more people who need this information. Remember, growing older doesn't mean growing sicker, sadder, or more confused. Mental health struggles are not the price we pay for aging. They're challenges we can face and overcome at any age. The seniors in your life deserve better than resignation. They deserve hope, care, and the chance to thrive. It's time we stopped accepting it's just old age and started demanding, what can we do to help? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.